entity was received his present body because of his past fruitive activity may end the results of his actions in this life, but this doesn't mean that he is liberated from bondage to material bodies. The living entity receives one type of body, and by performing actions with that body, he creates another. Thus, he transmigrates from one body to another through repeated birth and death because of his gross ignorance. The living entity's evolution through different types of bodies is conducted automatically by the laws of nature in bodies other than those of human beings. In other words, by the laws of nature, prakriti kriyamanani, the living entity evolves from lower grades of life to the human form. Because of his developed consciousness, however, the human being must understand the constitutional position of the living entity and understand why he must accept a material body. This chance is given to him by nature. But if he nonetheless acts like an animal, what is the benefit of his human life? In this life, one must select the goal of life and act accordingly. Having received instructions from the spiritual master and the Shastra, one must be sufficiently intelligent. In the human form of life, one should not remain foolish and ignorant, but must inquire about its constitutional position. This is called Athato Brahma Jigyasa. The human psychology gives rise to many questions, which various philosophers have considered and answered with various types of philosophy based on mental concoction. This is not the way of liberation. The Vedic instructions say, Tadvidhi Tadvijnanartham Sadgurunevadivachet. To solve the problems of life, one must accept a spiritual master. Tasmat Gurum Prapadya Jigyansu Sreyuttamam. If one is actually serious in inquiring about the solution to material existence, one must approach a bona fide guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanu jnanino tattvadarshina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching his spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Bhagavad Gita. One must approach a bona fide spiritual master by surrendering himself pranipatena and rendering service. An intelligent person must inquire from the spiritual master about the goal of life. A bona fide spiritual master can answer all such questions because he has seen the real truth. Even in ordinary activities, we first consider gain and loss, and then we act. Similarly, an intelligent person must consider the entire process of material existence and then act intelligently, following the directions of the bona fide spiritual master. Karmani arabhate dehi. Dejinatmanuvartina karma vispattu vispanute deham ubhayam tu avivekata. The living body, because of his past activity, may end the results of his actions in this life. But this doesn't mean that he is liberated from bondage to material bodies. The living entity receives one type of body, and by performing actions with that body, he creates another. Thus, he transmigrates from one body to another through repeated birth and death because of his gross ignorance. The living entity was received as a present body because of his past fruitive activity may end the results of his actions in this life, but this doesn't mean that he is liberated from bondage material body. The living entity receives one type of body, and by performing actions with that body, he creates another. Thus, he transmigrates from one body to another through repeated birth and death because of his gross ignorance. Isn't it? Gross ignorance. Therefore, living entity transmigrates from one body to another body, and it goes through repeated birth and death. There are 84 lakhs of species of life, and human life is considered to be durlabham, rarely obtained. You understand? Why it is so? Why it is so?
Because the human form of life is meant for something high, for the spiritual realization.
Because in this form of life, human form of life, the consciousness, you understand, is the question of consciousness. The consciousness is very elevated consciousness. You understand? Superior consciousness. You understand? There are different grades of consciousness. You know it. Yesterday we discussed that.
You can say 5.
5 grades. What are those? What are those 5 grades? Do you know, Prahlad? You don't know? Yesterday we discussed. You don't know. Then, but to speak of others. You have come here to the spiritual path and listening to Guru, Srimad Bhagavatam, associating with sadhus, inquiring about this tattva. You can't say what to speak of the others.
One thing I know is 5 types of consciousness.
That's what are those 5? Yesterday I said. Don't you remember? कौन के पास? आवृत चेतना, संकुचित चेतना, मुकुलित चेतना, अर्ध विकचित, पूर्ण विकचित चेतना. This 5. First is covered consciousness, avruta chetana. You understand? The trees, above, the mountains, very, very covered. Avruta chetana, covered consciousness. Then second one is sankuchita chetana, it's contracted consciousness. You understand? Then third one is mukulita chetana. Something, the chetana, the concept begins to blossom. Mukul. You understand? Mukulita chetana. Then fourth one, ardha mukulita, half blossom. You understand? Chetana. Then fifth one, purna vikachita, fully bloom, blossom. You understand? As if a flower. You understand? These 5 stages of consciousness. You understand? And this superior consciousness, the man of superior consciousness, that means in category it comes under mukulita chetana. As you say, mukulita, ardha mukulita purna vikachita, ardha vikachita purna vikachita. Mukulita, ardha vikachita, purna vikachita, these 3 stages. The human, this consciousness of human being comes under these 3 stages. You understand? Therefore there are Chadulakshani Manava, we say. 84 lakhs of human species. You understand? Chadulakshani Manava, 84, I must say 4 lakhs, 84 species of living entities, jivas. Out of that, 84 lakhs of species, out of that 4 lakhs type, as human beings. You understand? Chaturokkhani Manava, 4 lakhs types, human beings. How is it? How it is ascertained that there are 4 lakhs of human species? This is based on this consciousness, blossoming of consciousness. You understand? Therefore 4 lakhs. Huh? That also we see also. Yeah. Though human being is considered, human life is considered durlabham, superior life, rarely obtainable life, still there are 4 lakhs of species according to the stages of consciousness. You understand? We'll find the human beings, Eskimos in Greenland, they are consciousness. Cannibals of Africa, isn't it? There are human beings but cannibals. They are consciousness. It varies. And consciousness, those who known as Arya, Aryans, Vaishnavas, devotees, you understand? Elevated personalities, their consciousness varies, isn't it? But chance has been given in this human form of life. In whatever stage of consciousness a human being may be, he can elevate himself. You understand? He can change his consciousness. And to have this consciousness of Krishna consciousness is the highest consciousness. You understand? That chance has been given here, this human form of life. You understand? Therefore it is said, Durlabham Manusam Janmam. The Manus Janma, human birth, is Durlabham, rarely obtained. You understand? What is the duty if someone receives such form of life, human form of life? What is his duty then?
Duty to inquire
Yes,
about the goal of life.
yes, that is stated here, especially in this verse. Prahlad Maharaj says, and our Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, very clearly says in his purport. Do you understand? The chance is given to him by nature, but if he nonetheless acts like an animal, what is the benefit of his human life? In this life, one must select the goal of life and act accordingly. He should be sufficiently intelligent. He should approach a bona fide guru, spiritual master, and inquire there. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Therefore, Veda says, Tat Vijnanartham Sadgurung eva abhigacchati. Veda says, to solve the problems of life, one must accept a spiritual master. Tasmat gurum prapadyate jigyasu se uttamam. Vedic literature says so. If one is actually serious in inquiring about the solution to material existence, one must approach a bona fide guru. You understand? Then who is a guru? That's different thing. And you will inquire. All the great souls, those who are great souls, Mahatmas, they have done so. They acted like that. When Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked the same thing. Ami ke, kene more jare ta patro. You understand? Sanatana Goswami asked this question to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ami ke, who am I? And why am I suffering from the threefold misery here in this material world? This question, this is known as Tattva-jigyasa. You understand? That human beings should do. One who does so is considered an intelligent man. You understand? He is considered as an intelligent man. One who doesn't do so is like an animal. Huh? Less intelligent is like an animal. You understand? I was singing from this Prema Vivarta, written by Jagadananda Pandit. You understand? Who is a Gaura Parsha, intimate associate of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. How Jiva transgressed from one body to another and travels in the whole universe. Kabu Sorge, Kabu Morte, Noroko Deva Kabu. Kabu Deva, Kabu Daito, Kabu Zashatam. Sometimes he is elevated to the planets, sometimes here in this material world, sometimes in hell, in the other planet. Sometimes demigod, sometimes demon, sometimes master, sometimes servant. In this way, revolving the cycle of birth and death. এই রূপে সংসার ভ্রমিতে কোন জন সাধু সঙ্গে নিজ তত্ত্ব অবগত। And also in Chaitanya says, সংসার ভ্রমিতে কোন ভাগ্যবান জীব, ব্রহ্মাণ্ড ভ্রমিতে কোন ভাগ্যবান জীব, গুরু কৃষ্ণ কৃপাতে পায় ভক্তিলতা বীজ। In this way, going up and coming down, transmigrating from one body to another, in all different species of life, superior, inferior, etc. If someone is fortunate, he associates with the sadhus. You understand? And listening to sadhus, he understands his own identity. Who am I? He is a tattva bhava. You understand? Thereby he understands that he is not body, he is soul, and this is not enough, he is Krishna Das. Krishna Nitya Das. He is eternal servant of Lord Krishna. When he knows this thing, what happens? He laments. নিজ তত্ত্ব জানি আর সংসারও না চায়, কেন বা ভজিনু মায়া করে হায় হায়। When he understands this, as eternal servant of Krishna, then he laments, oh, what a fool I am. So many lakhs of lives I have spent. You understand? I have not done Krishna bhajan. I am so much attached to Maya. You understand? I was so much attached to Maya. Then he understands, no more Maya. Finish. Keneba bhojinu Maya kore haya. Then he cries. Kende bole, oh he Krishna, ami to bota. Tomar choron chhari koilo sarva. Oh Krishna. He cries before Krishna in the deity, in the temple. You understand? Oh Krishna, I am your servant, eternal servant. But I have committed a great blunder. I have not approached your lotus feet. I have not come to your lotus feet. I was so much interested, so much attached to Maya. Now I have already finished. You understand? কাকুতি করিয়া কৃষ্ণে ডাকে একবার কৃপা করি কৃষ্ণ তারে ছাড়ানো সংসার। Then with folded hands he cries, and from the core of his heart he prays to Lord Krishna. Oh Krishna, please help me. Please have mercy on me. As Mahaprabhu says, Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patito ma vishami bhavam buddho krupaya tava pada pankada sthita dhuli sadra savichintaya. You know this verse? What is it? In English?
The Conscious Soul is the lemons says, oh Krishna, son of Nanda Maharaj, I'm your eternal servant. Some or other I've forgotten the service of your Lord. And then I'm like
now I have fallen into
the ocean of mature
nations.
So please shower your mercy upon me and just
think me
me
as a speck of dust at your lotus feet. That's all. Isn't it? কেন্দ্রে বলে ওহে কৃষ্ণ আমি তব দাস তোমার চরণ ছাড়ি হইল সর্বনাশ. He has to cry before Krishna. Have you ever cried? Sometimes you must cry, isn't it? Prahlad. Have you ever cried? Yes, Prahlad has cried. Then Krishna will shower his mercy. কাগতি করিয়া কৃষ্ণ ডাকে একবার কৃপা করি কৃষ্ণ তারে ছাড়ানো সংসার. Then Krishna showers his mercy on that conditioned soul and gives him spiritual strength. You understand? Krishna dena chit shaktira boro maya hoy tutbala. Krishna gives him the spiritual strength, chit shaktira boro. Then you are now strong enough to conquer Maya. Now Maya will be powerless, but Maya is very, very powerful. Gita says, Daivi esa gunamayi mama maya durattoya. Isn't it? Mama maya, my Maya, external energy, is unconquerable. It's very strong. You have no strength to conquer her. Mameva je prapadyanti maya metam karanti. This is only process. Krishna is known as Maya Dhiso, master of Maya. Maya is his maid servant. So if someone will take shelter or surrender himself to the lotus feet of Krishna, Maya Dhiso Krishna, then Krishna gives him a spiritual strength. Then he will be able to be free from the clutches of Maya. Maya becomes powerless. You understand? That is stated also. Krupa kori Krishna tare charan sansar. There is attachment toward this material world is finished. Now he is attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. This is the result of the mercy of Krishna. You understand? माया के पीछे राखी कृष्ण पाने चाहे भजिते भजिते कृष्ण पार करते चाहे. Now he is not looking at Maya. You understand? Pushed back. Get out here, Maya. Push us back. Now, looks at Krishna. You understand? The nice picture our Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada has given in Gita book. Have you seen? The steps are there. The spiritual master is directing the jiva, the human being, showing Krishna, like you. Last end of the step, Krishna is there. You please come and approach him. So Maya is standing behind. They are very maiden, beautiful maiden with garland, nice looking, and say, "Oh, don't leave me, please come. I have prepared this garland for you, isn't it? I'm prepared to greet you." That conditioned souls, according to instruction, listening to the instruction of spiritual master, sometimes looks at Krishna, that Maya. Like this. Isn't it? Are you doing like that? Sometimes up, sometimes back. You understand? It's very nice, you see, very good illustration. Self-explanatory illustration, isn't it? Very easy, one can understand what is the condition of a conditioned soul, state of a conditioned soul, you see. And Guru is so kind. He is trying his best to take him to the lotus feet of Krishna. If he is intelligent enough, he must very seriously accept the instruction of Guru and surrender himself completely at the lotus feet of Guru and obey his instructions take it seriously and act accordingly, is intelligent, then he can, sooner or later, he can approach the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the supreme perfection of his life, human life. That Prema Vivarta in Prema Vivarta Jagdan Pandita said, Krishna tare deno nijache shakti rabo maya akarsana chhade यहाँ दुर्बल साधु संगे कृष्ण नाम यही मात्र चाय संसार जीविते आर कौन वस्तु this material world, this Mayiko Jagat, illusory world, the Maya is so strong, we have no strength at all to conquer her. You understand? But we must aspire for that spiritual strength. And how can it be obtained? It is stated here. So one must develop greed for it. You are greedy, so develop this greed. Sadhu Sange Krishna na Eimatrata. How best I should do this thing? Associate with sadhus. Develop such greed. I should always remain in the association of sadhus. How I can do it? And get more and more association. And listen from the sadhu. The Krishna Nam, the holy name of Krishna, and his transcendental pastimes, his form, pastimes, everything. And develop such greed for it. Oh Krishna, I want this thing only. Develop such greed. And there is nothing except this, to conquer this illusory world or conquer Maya. Sansara jinite are own vastu. No other way is there. This is the only way. And one who is intelligent man, human being, he must develop greed for it. You understand? How? To get sadhu sangha, the association of sadhu, more and more. As if always I should remain in that association. And should be listening to the transcendental pastimes of Krishna and doing Shravan Kirtan in association with sadhus. It should be aspiring for it, very eager for it. I should and completely surrender oneself at the lotus feet of Guru, serve Guru, satisfy him, and then inquire. Put all these tattva prashnas, tattvagat prashnas, you understand, inquiry. Then out of mercy, Guru will answer all these things. And thereby you get the mercy of Guru, then you can understand. You can have this knowledge. This knowledge will be imparted to you. One must approach a bona fide spiritual master by surrendering himself and rendering service. An intelligent person must inquire from the spiritual master about the goal of life. A bona fide spiritual master can answer all such questions because he has seen the real truth. You understand? So, one who is very intelligent and conscientious, he must think of this very seriously. You understand? And act accordingly. Yes. I must approach a bona fide spiritual master, surrender myself completely at his lotus feet, become his servant, and serve him, satisfy him, and I will inquire about it, and act accordingly. And thereby one can achieve the supreme perfection of his life. Otherwise, he will remain, revolve this cycle of birth and death. He cannot be liberated. But to speak of liberation, that is ordinary thing is not so great. He cannot achieve the supreme perfection of his life. And one must do. One who is intelligent human being must do this. Prahlad Maharaj says this thing. Gita says, Bhagavatam says, all the Vedic scriptures says. Yes.
Guru Maharaj, what's it really mean Sadhu Sangha and how? If, for example, Sadhu Sangha means just spiritual master, association of spiritual master.
Sadhu means a great devotee. You understand? Devotee of the Lord is known as sadhu. Different categories of devotees, as you say, Kanistadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Uttamadhikari. They are all devotees. But we should associate with such devotee who is more elevated than myself, oneself. Then you will benefit. Otherwise, no benefit. You understand?
I remember one class in France, and one devotee, he taught you that it's not easy to find such a sadhu. And he said, example, yourself, because you're living from a long distance, you know. So how can one get association from a long distance?
Then what is the answer? What answer did I give?
This may be for him, but for me, I need more. You said to him that, if one is really eager,
yes,
to meet such a sadhu, and then arrangement will be
made by Paramatma, Super Soul. You understand? It's not difficult for him. It may be difficult for you, conditioned souls. Oh, I am in such a great distance. How can I meet him? But you should develop eagerness for it. You understand? You should cry for it. Then Krishna, in Paramatma form, is there in your heart. He will make arrangement for it. Then it will be possible. Not difficult. Either you may go there or that sadhu will go to you. Either of the two may be done by the arrangement of Krishna, Paramatma. You understand? This is the only way. And Krishna will give you intelligence. Tesam saptajutanam bhagatam priti purvakam tadami buddhi yogam tam jena mang upajanti te. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says this thing. Who is doing my bhajan priti purvak with love, always attached to me, I give him intelligence, that is pure intelligence, how he can come to me. Mang upajanti te. Understand? Krishna gives that intelligence. It is not your material intelligence. It is pure intelligence given by Krishna. You understand? And you must aspire for it. Krishna is there ready to help you. But you are not ready to approach him. But he is always ready. But you are not ready. You are so much attached to Maya. What to speak? The thoughts. You see? Unfortunate situation. Yes?
How is it that in many of Srila Prabhupada's purports, you're giving so much stress to the importance of meeting and associating and serving the bona fide spiritual master?
Yes.
How is it that devotees daily read Srila Prabhupada's books that can concoct or misinterpret and minimize the importance of the spiritual master and saying it's not so important? How can this?
Who says so? One who says so, I'll say that he is number one fool, ignorant fool. He cannot understand it. Krishna doesn't give him intelligence to understand because he doesn't want Krishna.
What if a Srila Prabhupada disciple and he's got Prabhupada and he's got Krishna, but he can tell in devotees who have had total view that it's okay, this is not so important, he's preaching like that.
Yes.
But this is, to me, it's very clear. I read the books every day and I see many purports Srila Prabhupada stressing this point.
Stressing this point, yes. That is required. If someone being disciple of Prabhupada says so, I say that he has not surrendered himself completely to the lotus feet of Prabhupada. His nature is to do mental concoction. He is in that stage. You understand? He has not got the mercy of Prabhupada. Maybe outwardly a disciple, but not a pure disciple or true disciple. Rather, I will say like that. Not a true disciple. But because he is concocting. He is after mental concoction. Why are you doing like that? Follow. Prabhupada says, follow it as it is. Don't concoct. But why are you concocting? Thereby you are not following the instruction of your spiritual master. Huh? What sort of disciple you are? You see?
Me, after I tell them I'm coming here to get a spiritual master, they say, why do you have to do that? Or you have Prabhupada, go to your city. And they try to discourage.
You see, because he doesn't know the real truth. He doesn't know the real truth. Really has not got the mercy of Prabhupada. Reading Prabhupada's book, as Noor says, like newspaper reading. Like newspaper reading. Is not serious. He doesn't try to understand the real truth in it. Essence, tattva. You understand? Therefore he says like that. So we have discussed on this time in this meeting, we just defeated them.
One more care.
Yes, defeated them. No, that's not the fact. You cannot approach directly to Prabhupada. You must go through current link. And that is the Sadhu Shastra Guru's version. And that is the way. You cannot jump too far. No. Prabhupada has not said so. No, why are you saying so? Then, what sort of disciple you are? You can't understand this and practice and teach properly? Then what sort of disciple you are? You understand? One should not listen to them. If someone is intelligent, no. He is teaching wrong.
Srila Prabhupada says that one follows the four regulated principles and chants 16 rounds for his whole life, he goes back to Godhead. So what is the position of these devotees that are preaching like this, but at the same time they're chanting 16 rounds and following the four regulated principles?
You see, you'll chant 16 rounds. Who tells you that? Who tells you that thing, to chant 16 rounds and follow the regulatory principles? It's a spiritual master. Prabhupada says, and that knowledge will come to you through current link. Prabhupada has learned this thing from his spiritual master. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj also said, Bhakti Vinod Thakur also said, Jiva Goswami also said. So one is all right, I will follow Bhakti Vinod. What harm is there? Can you approach him directly? No. Similarly, you can't approach Prabhupada directly if you are not disciple of Prabhupada.
Prabhupada himself said.
Prabhupada himself says that. Approach through current link. You understand? And those who are saying that thing, they are bewildering the disciples, the devotees, aspirant disciples of devotees.
So this form of Maya.
They are misdirecting. You understand? They are misdirecting the devotees or aspirant disciples. They are not doing good, rather they are doing harm to them. They are doing harm to them. Ask them, all right, you are instructing me this thing, but why have you accepted Prabhupada personally? Why didn't you just directly approach Bhakti Siddhanta? If you would have done so, then you have right to say. You have not done so. Huh? Then why do you tell me? Huh? You have not done so. Then why do you tell me? You understand? Huh? You have become disciple of Prabhupada and met him personally and surrender yourself at his lotus feet. Huh? And initiated by him, has been initiated by him. He has accepted you as his disciple. Huh? So, this is the process. How can I surrender unto Prabhupada? He is no longer here in this material world. How can I approach him? How can I meet him? Huh? If you would have done so like that, instead of approaching Prabhupada, you would have approached Bhakti Siddhanta. Then you could have said so. You have not done so. Then why are you instructing me to do so? You see?
Can we say another way, Guru Maharaj, that they have no compassion to help others?
Yes, they have no compassion. Yes, they have no compassion. I say they are misdirecting, they are bewildering. The devotees are aspirant disciples. You understand? They are bewildering. They are misdirecting. They are not showing the proper path. This is definite. Yes.
Another one Prabhupada used to say many times through his purport that one should approach a bona fide spiritual master, expert spiritual master.
Yes.
Sometimes we have been discussed with many devotees what means bona fide expert.
Expert, yes.
Expert.
Now, what does that mean? Yes. One must know it.
Yes.
Understand it very clearly. You understand? What the answer you have got?
I couldn't give answer. I said that only to find such a spiritual master if you really sincerely crying, and then that's Krishna can make arrangement.
Arrangement, yes.
It's not just by our intelligence and we can find one expert spiritual master. And so sometimes we have to say, I don't know what it means, expert spiritual master.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't know that. You need to say it.
First one must know, I want Krishna. You understand? One, by associating with sadhus, one must understand this thing, that I am an eternal servitor of Krishna. Krishna is my eternal master. I have to serve him. So how can I serve him? Where is Krishna? Where am I? I don't know Krishna. I have not seen Krishna. And Krishna is not here with me. How can I serve him? This is the question. You understand? So I must approach such a person who can give me Krishna. Who has got Krishna, 100%. কৃষ্ণ যে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পার, তোমার শকতি আছে। আমি যে কাঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি, ধায় তব পাছে পাছে। Isn't it? The nice song, you know it?
It's Vaishnava Thakur.
Vaishnava Thakur. কৃষ্ণ তোমার, ও বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর। Krishna is yours. Krishna is there with you. If you shower God's mercy on me, you can give me Krishna, deliver me Krishna. Isn't it? Otherwise I cannot get Krishna. So that Vaishnava Thakur is spiritual master, who has got Krishna, and who can give Krishna. And this is bona fide spiritual master, and expert spiritual master. Otherwise one has got Krishna, how can he be spiritual master? How can he give? Because he has not got Krishna, 100%. Yeah, suppose he might have got something, some 25% or 50% like that. But I want 100% Krishna, not 25% or 50%. That is most important.
Because Krishna is complete, it's not happy.
Krishna is complete in all respects. Purnam, isn't it? Is Purna Brahma. Yes, is bona fide. You understand? Yes. All right, thank you. They have given up so much material enjoyment in that world. So much material enjoyment is there. But they have given up all these things and have come here, thousands of miles. They are so much interested in business. Really, such interests should be developed. Then Krishna will shower his mercy. Yes.
There is no enjoyment in your life.
Yes, there is no enjoyment material life that we know. One who knows this tattva. But ordinary person doesn't know it. He runs after that. How can I get more and more enjoyment material life? Isn't it?